Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heaven Monsters podcast. We will review Friday Night Smackdown and 205 Live of January 10th. Here with me today is your boy Xavier Hill.
Once again, MVP is in the ring, so that can only mean one thing. Big things popping, little things stopping. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because the Heaven's Monsters podcast is for people better than you.
With that said, let's go ahead and kick things off. We have the returning of John Morrison and the Usos and many more. But first we got the Miz TV featuring his friend John Morrison. John Morrison says that he was supposed to wait it out, get new entrance music, new gear, this, that. But because of what happened with the Miz and New Day, specifically Kofi Kingston, that he needed to be there for his friend. Ultimately, the New Day would come out and actually state that the Miz is lying, that he's changing, that he's turning into a heel again. So, do we have the return of the dirt sheet or not? I say yes. What do you say?
I say yes.
We then have a rematch between Kofi Kingston and The Miz. And The Miz, thanks to the help of John Morrison assaulting Big E, the skull-crushing finale would actually be applied to Kofi Kingston to get the win. I'm gonna let you do this, brother. It's the return of... But first, let me set it up. After what happened to his cake, his mama's cake, she ended up giving it back, her own apology cake that she made herself to Otis. And that woman is none other than 3, 2, going this way. Get the arm. 3, 2, 1. Mandy. And she would go up against your other favorite, Alexa Bliss. Oh, how your heart must be tugged between the two strings. Ultimately, though, in this match, it would be Alexa Bliss getting the momentum, but thanks to a certain thing, I'll leave it to you, bro. There you go.
So this match we have Alexa Bliss versus Mandy Rose. With Mandy Rose doing her best to make up for hurting Otis's feelings after his mother's fruitcake was destroyed, God's greatest creation squared off against the goddess Alexa Bliss. With every superstar in WWE beginning to eye the Women's Royal Rumble match, the two went with Pharaoh City in pursuit of a momentum win as both Nikki Cross and Sonya Deville watched from ringside. Each respective partner attempt to interfere, but the pivotal distraction proved to be Otis, who arrived with the cake that Mandy had gifted him earlier in the evening. This distracted the goddess just enough for Mandy to roll up Bliss for a 3 count as Otis enjoyed the heck out of his cake on the rampway.
Gotta give it to Otis for that win. Next up, we have Lacey Evans going up against Sasha Banks. Or so we thought. Apparently, Sasha Banks was doing a record recording, and Bayley was the one taunting her and her words, snot-nosed baby girl. Everybody's shouting out USA in honor of Mandy. I mean, not Mandy. Lacey Evans. As Lacey Evans goes back there to jump her, or to give her a piece of her mind, she is then jumped by Bayley and laid out, only for her to be coming back and almost hit her with the woman's right, and she's freaking out, going, run, run, run. So the referees pull her back, Lacey Evans in question, and now we know for sure we will have Bayley defend her title against Lacey Evans at the Royal Rumble. So that's going to be good. Will any of these two be in the Women's Royal Rumble? Can't say. We don't know if the Women's Royal Rumble is going to start off immediately or after. I don't know. Next up, we have... Ooh, that's a lot. We're trying to speed run this. We got Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura. In this match, we thought Shinsuke Nakamura was going to win again after that cheating with the Cesaro and Sami Zayn. And again, they were trying to, even with the title, sadly to say, it would be none other than Braun Strowman getting the drop on Shinsuke Nakamura and winning the match. Now, do we see Braun Strowman going for the Intercontinental title at the Royal Rumble? Hope so. You feel?
I feel you.
Oh, fun other fact. Did anybody else notice that the sound of the turnbuckle when the Miz was hitting it, when he kept going back and forth? Did anybody else hear the turnbuckle go? I'm like, is there a speaker next to that damn thing?
What?
I'm serious. I'm going to leave the main event for you, my brother. Here you go.
Wow, the main event already. Roman Reigns.
Yeah, some of these matches were long.
Wow. Roman Reigns and the Usos. The cousins, the Samoan cousins against King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Following the Usos' return to Smackdown last week to assist their cousin Roman Reigns, the Big Dog welcomed Jimmy and Jay back with open arms this week. The Usos could not contain their excitement to be back, making it clear that King Corbin and his kingdom have firmly disrespected Reigns. Meaning by association, they had disrespected them as well. King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler interrupted after a heated back and forth. Roman and Corbin agreed to go one-on-one prior at the Royal Rumble events prior to the Royal Rumble match. One more line of disrespect from Corbin was all the Usos could handle, though, leading to them diving onto Corbin and Ziggler to get this tag team match kick-started with a spark.
Yeah, I think that kind of started the show, and then they ended the show with the tag team match. Mm-hmm. Because the fact that what they pissed them off was that when Corbin said that I'm going to fight the Big Dog, and you're going to leave your two bitches behind. I was like, ooh, he did not call the Usos bitches. They jumped his ass.
Hell yeah.
Keep going, bro.
Jimmy and Jay showed no rust whatsoever, coming out of the gate strong against Corbin and Ziggler. However, the revival soon arrived, causing a temporary distraction, which allowed Corbin and Ziggler to take control. But the Big Dog swiftly hit the scene and laid out both members of the revival, with one Superman punch before making his way to ringside. After being taunted by the 2019 King of the Ring, Reigns speared Corbin on the outside, prompting a disqualification.
Mm. Yeah, he did throw one of the Usos into him, so it was like, damn! So the winner of that match was Corbin and Ziggler.
Yeah, by disqualification.
And keep going, my brother.
Reigns then appeared to be ready to powerbomb Corbin through the announce table, but a shocking return after we have not heard him for a couple of weeks.
Glorious!
The glorious Robert Roode made a shocking return, allowing Corbin, Ziggler, and Roode to pulverize the Big Dog and the Usos on the outside.
So it's 3 against 5!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Somebody bring more of the Usos Samoan families.
Yeah.
But come on.
The night concluded with Roman buried under the announce table, the Usos out cold, and King Corbin's court once again standing tall.
Corbin's court. Oh, that's right.
Court.
That's right. That's what they're called. Alright. Do the shout out, my brother.
Alright. It's time to do a shout out once again to all the members of the Heavens Monsters podcast. While he looks up 205 Live for Friday, January 10th. A shout out to myself, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to our 3 YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below as always. And a remaining shout out to Terrence, aka T-Money, Renee, Pharaoh, Chris Petrie, and Delvin.
Mm-hmm. There it is. WWE. And we're good. This one's a speed run because of the fact that I might not have enough storage space. And we still got Impact and AEW to cover. So with that said, let's go ahead and mention the fact that the Brian Kendrick mentioned that he wants something done. That was last week. He didn't appear on this week's episode. I don't know why. You would think he would. First up, we have Isaiah Swerve Scott and Lio Rush going one-on-one against each other until the Singh brothers come out to interrupt the match. Why? I don't know. But it ends up ending the match in a no contest because of the fact that they ended up brawling with them. Then Lio Rush offers to have himself with Swerve team up against the Singh brothers, and they wanted nothing to do with it until, and I kind of forgot that formerly known as Spud, now being still being called what was his name?
Drake Maverick.
Thank you. Drake Maverick is still technically the general manager of 205 Live, despite being on SmackDown roster. In which case, this is on SmackDown stage, just for the record, because sometimes it's on the NXT stage. So, we have that, and this match goes on back and forth until finally the incredible tag team finishing hold of the bottom rope springboard stunner and Xavier what do you call it? He's a kick in the back of the head being held place after the stunner, and it gets them the win, and they're looking at each other and they still got unfinished business. Even Swerve is looking at Lio Rush and saying, you and me, we ain't done. So next up we would have Arya Davari, and go ahead and tell them who won that match against this green guy.
So we have Arya Davari versus the rookie Jeff Brooks. After defeating Danny Burch last week on WWE 205 Live, thanks to an assist from D. Brian Kendrick, Arya Davari looked up to pick up another win and assert that the purple brand is his territory in a battle against Jeff Brooks. Quickly unleashing his will on Brooks, Davari encouraged him to do something, echoing Kendrick's sentiment from last week. After a brief offense from Brooks, Davari quickly regained control with aggressive force before delivering his hammerlock for the win. After the match, Davari added insult to injury by executing a second hammerlock on Jeff Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
My thoughts on that is, I kind of feel sad for Jeff Brooks losing in his debut at 205 Live in the WWE.
Yeah, that guy was green. Next up, we have Tyler Breeze making his 205 Live debut from NXT and fighting up against Tony Nese in the main event. In this event, Tony Nese puts up one hell of a match, flips, tricks, and slams, but it would be Tyler Breeze that gets the drop on him, because when he tried to set up a schoolboy pin, he quickly grabs his leg and counters it with his own pin, holding him down for the 3 count, both shoulders on the mat, and Tyler Breeze gets the win and is moving on to bigger and better things in 205 Live, now that they're saying he's a part of it. Woo boy. And that would be it for this review. Like I said, it was a speed run. And what are your thoughts on Tyler Breeze being on 205 Live?
It was, all I gotta say, it was a surprising that Tyler Breeze is going to be on 205 Live.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heaven's Monsters podcast. I'm SergDragon. This is Xavier, and we'll see you next time. Peace.